Guys, today we have ultimate comparison of the two cameras. One of them is action camera from GoPro, which is GoPro 9. This modification is actually quite old. It came from 2020 approximately, but still working fine and still not worse than new action cameras from GoPro, but this format is as an action camera. And the second one is DSLR camera, which is Canon 250D or DSLR 3, how it's called in some regions. That's what we've got here. For the lens for Canon, it's not a kit lens, it's actually a fisheye lens, which is 10mm. So actually the angle of view will be quite similar to with GoPro. It's not same, of course. GoPro may have much wider image, but for 10mm it's also fine. This camera can record around 4K, but 4K in a crop lens, so it will be not 10mm, but let's say 18mm, which is actually useless. So we will compare those two cameras on 1080p. Also, we will check what the function it has and all the other things. So let's go. First of all, let's have a look how it looks like. Look at this camera. The GoPro camera is a weight around 200 grams, and Canon camera with a lens is around, I don't know, maybe 700 grams, which is quite heavy to handle with you. You should be careful with it. You cannot mount on whatever place you want. Basically, yeah, it's understandable disadvantages of a regular camera comparing with action camera. Also, the screen here, yeah, it's also touch screen. It's actually similar size, not similar, a bit bigger, but it's comparable. Actually, if you point out those two cameras, you will see that actually the screen is it's enough. Those screen is enough from action camera to record a video, to make photos, and for other things. From the advantages, it has the second screen here, and for Canon, what you can do is just flip your screen so you can see what you're recording and you can block yourself or change any angle up to your preferences. Alright, what else? What we will compare right now? Actually, from photo perspective, I don't think we should compare action camera with the camera itself. So action camera was created for time-lapse, for videos, and for some other extreme things, or even vlogging. So let's check it out what we have here. For this GoPro, we've got quite a lot of settings here. We can change the lens, started from 16mm up to 27mm. Of course, it's not optical change, it's just program change. And with this camera, with this lens, you can change from 10 to 18. Also, it can record 5K even, or 4K 60 frames per second, which is not that acceptable. And I mean, the Canon cannot perform same results. That's the main point here. You have stabilization built in the Canon. You've got here image stabilizer from the lens. You can turn it on, turn it off. Also, you have electronic stabilization, which doesn't work properly. So for even right now, answering the question, what's better for regular vlogging, I would say from my experience that GoPro will go better, because it's much easier to handle with you. The quality is quite well. You can record 4K. You have many like functions such as let me show you what functions you can have here. Time-lapse photos and videos. From time-lapse you also have like several options: time wrap, time-lapse, night time-lapse, and you can also customize it by yourself. You can change the angle and adjust up to your needs. So also look at this, how it's compact, two screens. The battery life is more than 1 hour. Basically, that's what you need for vlogging. For this camera, yeah, you can record, you can vlog like this. You can put your screen, you can hold your camera that way, or you can use some tripod or some other helpful device. But look how heavy it is. It's already like around 1 kilo, and you need to handle with you all the time. So you will always record on automatic, because it's not possible if you are just walking around somewhere. Let's say you're going to some mountain trip, and during the trip the light is changing all the time. You go to some dark place and the sun comes up and become more bright, and you cannot set up all the ISO or other settings here, so you will use it on automatically, which actually makes no sense to use this camera that costs around, actually yes, it's also third disadvantages for vlogging. This camera with this lens costs around 1k USD, so basically 1k comparing with 350 bucks, and this GoPro is quite old, so you can buy 11 for like 400 bucks or used one for 250, which is really quite affordable price. Even used one, this lens plus the camera will be $700, which is still quite expensive, but for universality of vlogging itself, I think GoPro perform better. For if you want some universal camera, sometimes you make some videos for yourself, not for vlog, or even some short part of your vlogging you record with these cameras, and you can make nice pictures. You can change the lens and make some portrait pictures, etc. Quality of microphone here is comparable with GoPro, so actually you can record some video. Also you have this flashlight for night photos. Basically from form factors and functions, yeah, time-lapse here, it's yeah, basically this function is not available, so you just have video here, stabilization, and that's it. And usually you record in full HD 30 or 60 frames per second. That's what you can have from this camera. The battery life is also comparable, it's around 1 hour for video recording. Actually this one is no problem for both the cameras. So to sum up, let's firstly make some video comparison between those two cameras. Photos I will not compare, as we are talking about video function of those two cameras for vlogging especially, so I will not touch the photo functions. So let's test it out. Let me turn on the camera, turn on one camera, second one. Also all the time you need to put off the cover. I set 10, and let's use something from here, for example this glass cover, and all right, let's fix it somewhere here. This is not that convenient to fix, like this. Good. Okay, let's record. All right, 10 millimeters recording. 1 2 3 1 2 3 quality, and let's make same here. Photo, let's change to video. GoPro here. Okay, 4K, let's change to regular. All right, 1 2 3 1 2 3 test of the microphone on GoPro. 1 2 3. So actually if we hold it from same angle here, you can see that the image is, I don't know whether you see it because I need to always put GoPro camera closer. Actually the image is pretty similar. Maybe GoPro a bit worse angle, let's say from the sides, but it's very similar still. And I would just make very short and quick records here in apartment, and you will see it right now and move back to you soon. Low light testing of Canon 250D 10mm and stabilization. Low light test of GoPro 9, stabilization on. So to sum up, for the simple vlogging, I would select a GoPro camera. Maybe if it's possible and cover your budget, you can buy GoPro 11, which will have really good sound, will be very portable, the microphone is good, you have two screens here, which is also perfect. You can change any angle, whatever you want. You can adjust like the quality, 4K, 5K, Full HD, etc. Also, you can carry it all the time with you around, and the price is really cheap. So as a beginning camera, I think vlogging camera, this camera is fine. For Canon, and one more thing, that for GoPro 9 you can always use your phone if you want to like record some nature, etc. And during editing the video, so you can pass some images from your phone, and all the vlogging part where you record yourself, you can keep on the camera. For Canon, yeah, it's good universal camera, but for vlogging, I don't think it's the best option. It's heavy. If you will not change the settings and just put on automatic, you will not get the like the best quality that this camera can give you. This camera, I think, is more suitable for photos, for recording the videos or vlogs if you just sit in your room like this. So you put your camera, you can fix all the settings up to your preferences, put the highest quality, and make a record inside your like house. This camera is fully suitable for this one, for video recording. For photo recording, it's actually doesn't matter. You can make pictures whatever you want. It's really good one, but this is not point of this video. Also, the video stabilization here is really weak, so you will spend quite a lot of time in a video editing program to add the stabilization. And one more time, if you are sitting in your room and recording, you don't need the stable image, because it most probably will use tripod for this camera, so the image will be stable. Those two cameras are pretty different. That's what I wanted to say for this one. If you still have some questions regarding those two cameras, you can leave it in the comments below, put a thumbs up, and see you next time.